Hello, welcome back to Erin Ash. It is What's Up Wednesday, and I'm sharing another intuitive video with you guys. I'm Ashley, by the way, in case you don't know me. And what I wanted to talk about today was something that came up in my own journaling and my own practice today, and really just in my life, right? Because that's really how things show up. And what it was like, do you trust yourself, or do you trust your intuition to make really big decisions for yourself? Do you trust yourself to make really big decisions very quickly? The reason it came up is, well, maybe I'll share that a little bit later with you guys, but I made a huge decision to leave Southern California, leave my family, leave San Diego, in a matter of like 4 days. So back in February, I got the idea to move to Denver, Colorado, and in 4 days, I literally had a lease signed here, and I had never been to Denver, Colorado. And I followed through with it. 3.5 weeks later, I actually moved my ass out here. So there's that. And part of that is like when you intuitively like lean into things and you trust yourself to know when something is right. You don't have to have reasons or excuses, or you don't even know sometimes why you're turning right versus left. That is intuition. That is what that voice is. And I'm asking you, do you trust yourself to make big decisions? Because a lot of people I see are just unwilling to make big changes, unwilling to move themselves out of their own freaking way. And it's normal, right? There's going to be fear on the other side of the unknown. That's impossible to get away from. But courage is having the fear and doing it anyway. And at some point, being where you are, you just know that it's not where you're meant to be for much longer, or it's not enough anymore, whatever that means. And I think that we are meant to trust our internal guidance system for that knowledge more than anything outside of us. And if you don't have that internal compass that is that fucking strong to tell you where to go and when to jump, you will stay stuck in the same position for years, in the same pattern. And it's not to say that you're going to lose out on something, but I will say stuck, I think, is a thing. And part of that is because today I made another big decision on a move and an idea for next year. And same thing, the idea came up probably 3 or 4 days ago. And it doesn't matter because I know when I'm supposed to go somewhere, and maybe without a why. I think I don't make decisions based on why necessarily all the time. I think there's got to be a little thought behind it, sure. And there's always going to be planning and whatever, but that's not where we make the decision. It's like it's here or it's here or it's here, right? And those are different things. The mind will say some things, the heart will say another. The solar plexus, which is our stomach, is where our gut feeling is. That is usually our first psychic receptor, is in the gut, which is why we call it a gut feeling. And a lot of times our intuition will speak through there, and it doesn't have to have a freaking reason to make sense at all. And I trust that. And when I make a decision and I get excited about it, even though there's a ton of planning or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I know that I'm being intuitively or divinely guided in some way. And so I guess I'm just asking you to ask yourself that question. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself to make big decisions right away? Do you trust the answer when you ask yourself to do that? And if not, then look at the path, look at the current path that you're on and see if it's one that you, next question, is it leading you to where you really want to go? Is the path that you're on right now leading you to where you really want to go? And the last thing I want to do is I already shuffled the cards. I was really drawn to my goddess deck, and I just wanted to give you one last little message. And Ostara, the goddess of fertility, and the message is, it is the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Kind of freaking perfect for what I just talked about. Starting a new beginning or a new path in any way. You don't have to know the end result. You can just simply know where you are now. And if it doesn't feel aligned anymore, that's enough to go, all right, give me a sign of where to go next. and that's it. So this message definitely more in line with asking yourself questions, tuning into your intuition. And if you don't know how to do that, hit me up, because I literally teach people that all the time. And that's literally how I guide my own life. And it's pretty freaking awesome. So there's that. Okay, I hope you like this week's message. I'll see you next Wednesday. Okay, bye guys.